Hi Sagittarius, it's Athena. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be doing the final month of the year of 2019. Oh, hallelujah, right? I'm doing this for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, okay? Because why? Many of us, this is what happens. We get to the culmination of the last month of the year and we're like, oh my God, let the new year begin. Let it bring us more, more happiness, more peace, whatever. Because, when we get to the end of the year, we're like, we've learned so much. We've gained so much wisdom and insight. We've learned many lessons, and it comes it comes as a relief, right? Should I say? It's like such a relief when the end of the year is upon us, and now we're going to venture into clearing the slate and starting brand new, right? But what are we doing? We're taking all of the insight and the wisdom, like I said before, of what we've learned so that we can now move into new learning, new lessons based upon the growth that we've already had, right? So that we don't repeat the same old, right? We're hoping that's what happens in the new year, to start fresh. It's a fresh, brand new start, but it's also a time to say, okay, let's take in all of the lessons that we've learned, the knowledge that we've been given, and now we're able to manifest, keep our soul growing, right? This is all about the growth of your soul. That's why we're here on the earth plane, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So the main thread and theme for the month of December for everyone across the astrological zodiac signs for this month is the star. I have this star, and it depicts what? It depicts the light that is within all of us. We are all stars. So understand that you are also a star that is brought here to grow. And then we all go back to what? Mother Earth, and we become the stars to help others to see and learn their path. At night, when you look up into the sky and you see these stars, know that these are your ancestral stars, the stars that guide you. These are your ancestors. These are your spirit guides. These are the illumination of truth that always enlightens us. Then there is never darkness, because there's always the moon and the stars at night that help us to see what we may not be able to see in the light of day. Okay? Okay. So we are journeying into the new paradigm of soul's growth. This is not so much about the religious belief of the Star of David or the Star of Bethlehem. You can depict whatever or decide whatever that means for you as an individual, but know that this is not about so much religion as it is your faith. Faith in yourself, faith in love is all about faith in love. It's God, right? The universe. So whereby you won't, not questioning that, but it's not about anything else but how strong is your faith, right? That's what we've been, that's the lessons. The lessons are about your faith, right? What do you need to learn to grow as a soul living a human experience here on the earth plane, right? So shine your bright star light self onto the world, right? Speak your truth, the light of truth, right? And move into a whole new growth period for each and every one of us. All right, let's get started. Sagittarius, I'll move the camera down so you could see. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. The stars are all lit unto the world. And know that it is all about infinite love. We've all been through a very huge growth period this last decade. So now we're entering a new one, and we're being asked to restore our faith in what we've learned. Okay? All right, Sag. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for December 2019. Again, do not try to fit something in that does not apply to you. If the reading doesn't apply to you, then seek to find your moon and or rising sign, as that will depict your lesson as well. Here we are. Look, rebirth. So many Saggies have gone through what? Transformation. You have finally gotten out of, whatever is gone, right? Whatever is gone is gone. Is it part of yourself that had to go, that had to die off in order to learn and become anew, right? What is this transformation? This is a transformation for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You have had to undergo some sort of a death in order to see what the light is being shown upon you for whatever reason. Let's see. There it is, the light. So the depths, going down into the depths of your soul to grow so that you can be reborn again. Sag, right? Rebirth, right? When there's an ending always brings new beginnings, transformative new beginnings. So the Kundalini is shed, the old self is shed, so the new self can be now come out to play. Yep. Here's the blessings of that new self coming out to play, right? Being balanced. The transformation again is here depicted in the butterfly, see? And the blessings. This was a blessing for you to undergo some sort of death of self in order to move forward, right? This fool is headless, right? So you had to get to a point of losing your head in some, it's just a saying, right? I had to lose my head to gain my balance, right? To restore my balance. I had to transform, right? And this is a blessing, of course, with intuitively knowing, also with the Palace of Cups, right? And the depiction of the little kitty cat here. This was an intuitive blessing that you knew you had to undergo a transformation in order to start a whole new, brand new life. A brand new start. After what? After grief, sorrow, something that you really wanted did not happen. The cups that are on the ground now depict the change of yourself, the change of life, perhaps, some going through menopause, early menopause. All right, also I heard, but also these are the two cups remaining, but you have been too upset about the ones that didn't work as much as the ones that transformed you to become a better person, in person of self, quality of self. Now, we have a Queen of Wands here, and she's reversed. This is you. This is you focusing only on that what didn't work out in your past. Whatever didn't work out had to be transformed. Actually, it was your emotions. Your emotions had to become balanced. You had to balance out your life. in some way, shape, or form, and let the past go. It had to die so that you can, like, just start new. So in the month of December, Saggies, you may have been hanging on to something, someone, relationships that were not working, and it just brought you to a level of imbalance, instability, no passion, right? No confidence in self. I mean, when this queen is reversed, she lacks the passion for life. And why? Because this feminine energy, which is here depicting the feminine energy, is only thinking about what didn't work instead of seeing it as a blessing, as a death and a new life. But you will, if you haven't already, you will see this as a blessing. Here it is. New doors of opportunity are going to open up now. There's huge healing and growth here with the depiction of the green. The doors of opportunity are opened into a new life. You're being given a whole new life right here. You're being given a whole new life. Walk through the doorway. Seek the light. Be the light. Right? You are the light. Maybe you don't see yourself as great as others see you. Right? Maybe you've been having a hard time with your own self transforming, getting through the times that didn't work out, and still pondering those times. When in actuality, the universe is saying, come on, gone is the old. Now let's start new. Let's not ponder that which didn't work. So you're being enlightened to this knowledge. The yin and the yang of things that needed to be illuminated so that you could put that to rest, literally put it to rest. The old sorrows, the people in your world that were not allowing you to grow. I mean, Sagittarius, you're all about passion and strength and love and excitement. And you have been allowing yourself to be in like this sitting pose, sitting and pondering and grieving because you were not allowing this feeling to just work through this feeling of it's gone. Whatever's gone is gone. It could be about yourself. Something about yourself had to die off. It could have been the opposite of, right, what is working in your life. Opposites sometimes do attract, but sometimes they don't. It could have been the illumination of the yin and the yang. So in order for something to die off, that gave you the balance now. You can see in the card here, these cards depicted going from the dark to the light. That's exactly what you're doing. From death to this doorway, opening for you. So the old had to die in order for you to see a new way, a new light of day. Depicting the Fool, this is a blessing for you. See, you're still focusing on that one cup. You're focusing on that one cup. So what does this mean to me? It means that you needed to have more self-love in your relationships. You didn't love yourself enough so that you could see that from one cup of loving yourself became two, love of others. And that's why the imbalance has happened. There's an imbalance, but now that is what is being illuminated. This had to die out. This had to go. The illumination of self-love here, Sag. Love of self brings you back in balance. Blessed are those who seek the balance of opposites as well. So, what else do we have? There you go. Fighting with yourself. Internal fighting. Internal chaos. Internal chaos. Being illuminated. so that it can be released, right? Gone is the chaos of that which did not balance you out. The illumination came out so that you could start a whole new life. The old self is gone. The old is gone. The old self is gone. That you loving yourself more is needed here in the month of December. You need to find your stability. See? So that we can turn you around and get a feeling of, oh my God, okay, now I'm back again. I'm balanced. And that is what is being illuminated to you right now. And it's a very internal, this is an internal journey. This journey right now has been very hush hush, very quiet for you, Sag. It's internal. You had to lose your mind and start getting really deep into your emotions, right? You had to lose yourself and become very emotionally, to become emotionally back secure and within yourself. You had to, something had to die off, right? Some part of your identity. This is an identity crisis. It is. You're fighting off yourself here. Okay? All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have the King of Swords depicting an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, someone that you could be dealing with, Sagittarius. If it is, it's a very structured, rigid, very rugged, very regimented kind of mentality that you needed to get out. I believe this is your self fighting against the current instead of going with the flow. Or it could be someone external to you that's, depicts a very stringent type of personality, right? Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Typically, this is the Aquarius card. But someone who's very stringent and doesn't necessarily go with the flow. Maybe this was causing you an imbalance because there is some yin and yang here that need to be balanced out. But it's also about what I talked about. Some of you had to lose yourselves. Identity crisis. There is no, the depiction of the fool has no head. You had to lose yourself in order to regain yourself. Balance, worth, right? It could be a love relationship or it could be masculine and feminine here. See? This could be the love that you always wanted. This could be a love lost. Okay? I cannot tell you what this is only because it's not a personal. But what I can tell you is that love that has been lost, right? That you've been avoiding releasing is now going to be released in the month of December. And I say avoidance. Why? Because it's hard to get back up on your feet and say, I love myself and I'm going to regain my sense of self here, and I'm not going to change. Maybe this loss in a relationship has caused you a sense of not being yourself, right? You've lost yourself somewhere along the way because you're all up in your head too much, your headspace or someone else's, not allowing you to just heal from this loss. But guess what? There's the sun, and the sun is the light unto the world. Now the planets are all aligning, Saggies, for you. The wheel is churning. It's a new day here. So you're going from darkness to light. Literally. For some, it is literal. It could be a literal transformative. This is a transformative time for you, Sagittarians. You are finally accepting yourself as you are and showing the world, and you're going to be shining your light for all to see. You had to get out of your thoughts. This is the Palace of Swords. Yep. So that you could find true love and appreciate the Two of Cups now that is in your sphere. Now you have true love. After you had to really release this one cup. This one cup, sorry. This is the one cup that you always wanted. But you thought it was the past that was going to make you happy. But it wasn't, because that was that was illuminating an imbalance in your life. Now you have been shown the way forward through a transformative period of losing your sense of identity, all for love. Losing yourself for love. That's what I hear. Losing yourself for love. Yep. And this love that you've lost yourself, and you thought it was one person, but it ended up to be another. Losing your semblance of self has illuminated now your doorway and pathway to great happiness, right? Look, a whole new life. Going from all the darkness, which is your death, and transformative. The transformation has happened, and now in the month of December, you're going to move into a place of stability, quality, and shining your light, right? So what does this mean? It ultimately means that you found the faith in yourself to turn this around so that you could transform. Sag, you have transformed. You've come a long way. That's beautiful. After suffering, in silence, you weren't telling anybody about this suffering. You had to go through this yourself. You don't go through the transformative phase of death into the light unless it's your journey. It's no one else's. This is all you. This is all you, right? Your transformation, your yin and yang, merging after releasing what does not or did not work in the past. You had to go through your own process. It's a process. And it's one you can't really necessarily talk about. It's internal. This is internal. This is internal. And it becomes external when you see the light of a new day coming at you with great love behind it to back it up. Your intuition is on point, okay? So be patient through this transformative time. This is the end of the year, right? This is what you're coming into the new year with. A new you, a new look. No one's even going to recognize you. You're coming into a whole new look, a whole new life, whole new happiness, content, stability of self. Okay, let's get some cards to see what else the universe would like for you to know. You had to have faith in yourself to go through this. There's your truth. There's your success. The sword of truth. You knew this had to happen. You knew you had to go through this transformative time. You needed to know that your truth has brought you from, let me put it like this. Your truth, after a death, your truth is that you became a whole different person. It changed you completely into the light. Look at that. You will successfully go from the darkness to the light in the month of December 2019. Why? Because the truth set you free. And it was your own truth. Understand, this was your internal truth. No one needed to go through, no one goes through a transformative time that you can like tell people. It's not something that you tell others. It's something that you experience for yourself. And that is your own truth. Your crown chakra now has clarity. It was blocked. You could have been obsessively thinking, oh my gosh, now what? Over-intellectualizing. What does this mean? Well, it means that you were in your head too much. We saw that with the King of Swords. Staying out of your head and getting your consciousness, uniting your consciousness. This is uniting you. That's the transformation. So that you could understand how the universe works. It's a sense of being connected now to the universe once you understand this. There you go. I love it. Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups, right? When you understand your own truth and who you are and who you become, your love for self opens up a plethora of opportunities in your life. Opportunities, love, self-love begets all love. I am going to take them because they're telling a story here. And the story is, if you have this also blocked, which is your solar plexus, right? If your solar plexus is blocked, that means that you have anxiety and you feel powerless, which we saw. Sorry, we didn't feel. We did feel, actually. You felt powerless, you felt shameful, you might have felt even guilty at some point about something in your life that you could not come to terms with. This is about your identity. This is about shedding a part of your identity that no longer serves you. Here you are, overthinking too much, your ego, now gaining clarity. So this is going to be your process. You are going to get into very clear, conscious understanding of what you bring to the universe. What is your purpose in the universe? Here's your clarity and truth. Once you figure that out, you're going to get through this with compassion. Truth, compassion, and love of self. There's two aces here. This is self. This solar plexus is about guilt. Feeling guilty, feeling shameful for things that you can't. Addiction, right? Being addictive, not being able to, you're not shameful even, right? For what? What made you feel this, either aggression or not enough? Interesting also that we have these two cards showing pink, a compassion, a love, a true love and compassion and sincerity is all here, right? Some of it being blocked. And then we have the green, or the yellow, the yellow coming in as your happiness energy of self-love and good times, right? Your energy here has been blocked in both ways, in your truth and in your love for self. So now these blockages are going to clear themselves out. And why do I know that? Because you have the sun. This is an internal, this is the road from dark to light. This is rebirth. This is your reading completely. And what is it doing? It's making you scared. Why? Because you're being asked to start a whole new life that's not fearful of, what you understand as what you understand is what the universe is telling you. The universe is saying, just speak your truth and love yourself. Don't be afraid of the dark. Your emotions, look, need healing. Whatever past stuff you need to heal from, look, they're both 4 cards. This is your foundation, external and internal. This is what you felt like, and this is now what you are. The door of opportunity opens when you see the light of a new day, and you transform from the dark into the light. It's a transformation, clearly. And you've been kind of going against the grain here. You've been going against the grain, Saggies. Look, you're fighting it like tooth and nail. Why? Because it scares you. All transformations are not easy, because part of you has to die in order for a new beginning to start. Right? So this is what you are. This is all about you, Sagittarius. An old belief system, the people in your life that you thought were the people that you wanted in your life, and the transformation is all about you. It's all about you, and it scares you. It has scared you. But here's the 5. What is this? This is your throat chakra. This is about right here. You need to speak your truth. You need to speak up. You needed to understand that if you're clouded or negative thinking or you're confused, now this is your truth. You've been probably not sleeping well because of the fear of the old dying away, you not being able to talk about it, being confused about it, to the point where it really, like, you had to sort out comfort somewhere because you were so scared of what this looks like, what it feels like. Your internal self being at war with yourself, fighting off yourself because you don't want to go through this death transformation into the light, being scared of it, right? But also understand that this card being blocked is all about your vision of your own reality, right? This is an illusion. So taking the illusion of life and going from one paradigm to another, the old into the new, of self. This is all about balancing the yin and the yang. Sag, this is all your balancing. And you're completely a new person now. You're never going to be the same again. Thank God. The planets are lining up as they should, as they do. Certain shifts that take place in order for us to grow and become new with blessings. It's a blessing, even though you're fearful of this change. It's a blessing. All right, let me take love cards now. Let's look at love. Okay. Sagittarius, December 2019, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So I think at some point you were so wanting to control the terrain, right? That it was hard for you to do that. It was hard for you. So you had to let go. And you have to let go of control, because it's not within our control to go through death and rebirth. It's not. That's the universe. So you had to end up loving yourself to believe that, you are going to come out of this just fine. But that's why this was reversed. You're still going to be working on your identity. An identity crisis, right? It happens. Because why? You're being reborn. And when you come out of it, you're going to be looking stunning, stellar, confident, successful, once again, bringing back something that maybe what was lost was really a part of something you had to lose of yourself to begin again. I'm putting it upright because that's where we want to see it come the end of December into the new year. Okay. All right. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's get romance on the table and see. It is safe for you to love. It is really safe for you to love, but the love of self has to start with you. Being compassionate for self, right? The angels are here helping. The angels are helping you to see it. So love yourself so that you can receive the love from another. And there's the truth and strength from the horse. That is your truth and strength, okay? That will give you strength. Look. Wisdom, insight. What have you gained here? That's what you've gained. You've gained a whole bunch of wisdom and insight into a beautiful union that's meant for only you. This union, maybe some of you want to get engaged. This also looks like a union that depicts an older man with a younger woman. So there's a semblance of differences, right? Just like the moon. So maybe you had to just go with the flow with the differences, not only of within yourself, but a transformation within a relationship had to happen. And now, starting new with someone that you want to become very engaging with or engagement. It's both. And maybe rewrite your history together. There it is. There's the change of something. I think this is age. This is an age issue as well as being spiritual via religion, right? Someone may not have the same belief systems that you, or you could be religious and the other person is spiritual. Use it as to your, in your situation, however it goes. But know that the light that you seek and show and shine to the world is not about religion. It's about faith. Faith in God. And maybe that's what maybe this has been your whole lesson, right? Lesson of faith. Transforming your faith from dark to light because you have feared it in the past. Look at, here is Cupid's arrow. But it's being shown, the arrow is pointing that you deserve the love first, and then you can give real love of compassion to another. And you've been fighting against the grain. Now you understand it. So loving yourself means wanting the best of the best for yourself, deserving of. So you had to release something from your old paradigm of yourself and or a love lost, right? The one that you think got away, but then you are graced. After this is ended, after this is gone, right? Here we have the 2 cups that come right to you. After the freeing of the old. The gate's always been open. You've just been too scared to get out of a place where you didn't love yourself enough to free yourself, right? You were bound by something that was not suiting you from your past. So now you're stopping to smell the roses, and you're stopping to be more optimistic and not so controlling of your terrain, right? Letting things just happen, letting things flow, going with the flow in a relationship, speaking your truth, going from having a rebirth even in a relationship, right? The old ways not working. So now we have established clearing of these 3 chakras. That's important to say. You need to clear these 3 chakras, and that is your healing. No more fear, light, and love. Spirituality, the yellow depicts your happiness. So seeking that spiritual, the spiritual belief systems that you have within you, and not being scared to speak up and talk about how you feel, and maybe just within. Also becoming very happy and changing your energy to positive and getting out of this, right? That's all this is about. And then loving yourself so that you can move forward and offer the cup of love to another, right? And not being scared. Maybe you're fearful of being rejected in a relationship. Maybe this is as simple as this is a transformative time, right? Sagittarians, you could be thinking, oh gosh, if I ask her to marry me or him to marry me, will he say or she say no, right? It could be a promise ring, I just heard, that someone has given you to show their love for you. Okay? All right. Or it could be a literal engagement. Okay? All right. Let's go. 1 Ascended Master card and or Archangel card for Sagittarians. Have hope, my friends. Hope is the sun. The illumination is the hope of love and acceptance. The card says, love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. We did say that, correct? And choose loving thoughts. Don't be fearful of what's coming. Just be accepting and love yourself so that you can show this love to someone else. I send you love and blessings for a very beautiful holiday season for those of you who celebrate the holiday season. And if there's anything you need, I'm here for you.